Hi, welcome to another NTLC Teaching Tips video. This video is part one of our series, What Do You Do in Class When You Don't Lecture? This video focuses on getting started with a few easy strategies. First, you need to develop an idea of the actual workflow, which is what we show here. The general sequence is that you assign something that students read or write out of class. When the students arrive at class, you give either a short lecture or assign an activity, more about activities in a moment. At the end of the class, individuals or groups hand in short, easy to grade papers. But let's take a closer look at this basic scenario of what actually happens in class. Class time essentially has a work report dynamic. You assign something, students work in groups to complete the assignment. When they're finished, they report on their work. What do you do while they are working on the activity? Well, walk around and talk to them, ask questions, help if they are stuck, push their ideas some. To make the dynamic work, you need to master a few techniques. The 5 listed here are easy to use. There are many more than these 5, but these will give you good grounding in the activities. Think, pair, share is the easiest. Ask a question. Each student thinks about the answer, shares the answer with a partner. They discuss answers, and then you can ask several pairs to share their answers with the class. 1-minute paper is exactly that. You ask students to write for 1 minute on any topic. They could summarize a reading, tell what they already know about a topic, explain how they solved the problem, whatever. Lists are an abbreviated form of 1-minute papers. Ask individuals or a group to create a list about a topic relevant to their learning. Perhaps they could relate points in the day's discussion to the reading or to an earlier discussion. Muddiest point papers are more evaluative. Ask students to briefly explain what's still muddy to them. What do they not understand? Assign a paper like this after a brief lecture or at the end of class. A concept map is a set of circles or boxes joined by lines to indicate the relationship of ideas or actions. So there they are. These 5 techniques are easy to introduce into a class. Now, in addition to techniques, you need to develop your assignment toolbox. In the references listed at the end of this video, you can find many types of assignments, but to get started, let's just focus on question asking. I've listed 5 types of questions you can ask, either for think, pair, share exercises or 1-minute papers. Ask students to display their knowledge of facts, have them interpret something, say a graph, predict what will happen if a course of action is followed. Ask them to interrelate concepts, say a new one to a previously learned one. Explain how they solved a problem. Ask them to discuss their prior knowledge or experience with the topic. This type of question is often useful when you introduce a new topic, or new unit, Develop your scenarios toolbox. If the general dynamic is work report, how does that work? Here are 2 methods you could use. There are many more. Have students create concept maps, then require several groups to put theirs on the board. Or have students join a group, give each one a number 1 to 4, redo the groups so the 1s get together, the 2s, and so on. Give the groups a task, a term to define or a concept to explain. Let them discuss. After a bit, redo the groups again so that the original groups reform, and those students then teach each other all the terms or concepts. Lastly, learn a few technology tricks. At the end of class, individuals could post their muddiest points to the discussion board. You can read them over before the next class and address the appropriate issues. You can create a short quiz easily in D2L. Ask students to take the quiz at the beginning of the class, then display the results immediately. Fairly easy to do once you learn the quiz function. And talk about the points that many did not get. Groups can post the results of their work to the discussion board or the Dropbox. You can then display those results and ask the group to explain their thinking or have other students discuss those results. If a point of interest arises in the discussion, especially one about students or yourself know little, give time for a quick web search to find the data. To evaluate their work, have each group or individual hand in a report of the day's activities. Read those reports quickly for the gist or for good faith efforts. If the gist is there, or if the effort is clearly good faith, assign some points, 3, 5, whatever. Be sure that the point totals are a significant part of the course grade, perhaps 15 to 25%. Here are 5 excellent sites to read for more hints and techniques. I suggest you start with either Carleton or the University of Minnesota sites, but they're all fine. Good luck with your lecture.